Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we have completed all category APIs of Article Hub project. If you are not seen that video, just go to description and check out the link. So in this video, we are going to work on Article API. So let us start with that. So first, we need to go to the MSSQL, and here we have to create the data table. So create table article, and here inside this one we have to press enter, and here we have to create the columns. So int id, int identity 1 comma 1 comma primary key, and then we are going to write a title varchar 255 not null content n varchar, and it should be max, as we are going to store the HTML elements and values, so that's why we are going to set it like this. And after that we are going to store the category ID, and it should be int or not null, and publication underscore date, and here we have to just write date type comma, and then we have to put for the status varchar, and it should be of 20 length, and then we want to execute it. So select this one, select all, and here we have to just click on execute. You can see if I refresh this one, refresh, and it will see the three tables. If I extend this one, you can see the article table here. After that we have to go to the Visual Studio, and here we have to go to this one, double click on model article hub entity.edx file. Then here we have to right click over here and update model from database, and then we have to extend this one. If I select article, you can see, and then we have to just click on finish. It's going to import that, and I think it has been imported. You can see all the details related to that particular table, and after that we have to just save this. So just save this one, and here it is saved. So let me close this one, and now we have to go to the controllers, right click on this and click on add, and then we have to go to the controller, and then we have to click on web APIs, click on add, and then we have to rename default controller to article controller. So article controller, click on add, and it will create here a file. You can see file has been created. So first we want to put a router prefix, and here we have to just write article. Okay, and in this one, article hub entities db is equals to new article hub, and after that here first API we are going to create to add new article. So here we have to first declare what type of method it will be. So HTTP post method and the route, and here add new article, and as we need to implement custom authentication filter, and after that here we have to write public HTTP response message add new article, and here from body article this one, and here we have to just write like this and then press enter, and then we have to put try catch block and exception, and then we have to return here. So return request dot create response, and here HTTP, and here we have to just change this to internal server error. And after that in the try block we need to write the code to save the data in our database. So here article, first we also need to change some one variable, that is publication date. So publication date we want to set it for now, so date time dot now we have to just select this one. After that db dot articles dot add, and then we have to just pass whatever the article object we are getting in the body, and after that db.save changes, and then we have to return request dot create response and http OK response, and with a new message. So here we have to just write message, and let me minimize this one, and here in double quotes we have to just write article added successfully. This message we need to write and put semicolon and save this. If I want to test this API, I just need to run IIS Microsoft here, and we have to go to the open here, and here we have to change this to article, and here add new article. Okay, so after that we have to change here the details. So let's remove this one, and let me check out the port in which here, yeah, the same port we have to test. Okay, so here first thing is we have to pass the title, so title, and here I'm going to write a test. Then content, here let's write here article content, and then we have to pass the category ID, so category ID, and here I'm going to return 1. Okay, it should be in double quotes, and then put comma, and the publication date it will automatically going to pick, so I'm just going to write a status, and here we have to write status, and here we are going to write published. Okay, and I'm going to hit this API, and we have to wait for a few seconds, and you can see article added successfully. So if I go to the over here, if I right click on this article and I'm going to run this one, select this one, you can see we are getting title, we can see the content, category ID, you can see the publication date, and the status is published. So all the data is visible over here. It means our API add new article is working as expected. Now we have to write the code to get all articles. So let me close this one, and then here outside of this API, here we have to write http get method, and then here we have to write route, and here get all article. Okay, it should be in double quotes, and after that here custom authentication filter and public http response message get all article, and inside this one try catch block, catch exception, and then we have to return, so return request dot create response, and http status code dot internal server error dot e, put semicolon. Okay, so here we have to just change this one to http actually response message, so that's why it's throwing the exception. And let's get back to the try catch, and here we have to write var result, and then db dot articles, this one, and we want to join actually. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. So as you know, in this we are storing the category ID, right? So we while returning, we also want to send to the UI the category name and category ID for this particular article. So that for doing that thing, we need to join the tables. So then we have to go with the join, and here we have to write db dot categories, comma, and then not product. Here we need to write article, okay, article, and it should be article, here we have to write category. Here just make it as a small article like this, and it should be article dot category ID, comma, and then we have to write category and then we are also going to get the category dot id, and then comma, and then we have to pass here article comma and category, and then we have to put like this, and here we have to write new curly brackets and press enter, and here we are going to convert this to to list, so to list like this, and inside this one the columns name we want to return, here we have to just write, so article dot id comma article dot title article dot let me scroll a little bit here, and content, and article dot status, and then article dot here publication state, this one, and then we have to select the category id, and this value we are going to get it from category dot id. Okay, and category name, this one we want to return, so category name like this. Okay, and after that we have to just return this one, so return request dot create response, and http status code is okay, comma, and then we are going to directly return the result and put semicolon. And here is two things, we are joining the key with article and categories. Okay, and then we have to just copy paste this one API. Okay, and paste this complete API till this point, we are going to paste it over here, and we have to just remove this custom authentication from this API, and as we are going to return all the published articles, so here get all published article, and just copy this one and paste it over here, just change the first letter to capital G, and after that we have to go a little bit down, and here we have to put dot, press enter, and here we have to write where condition, so where, and article a, and a dot status is equals to published. In that case we are going to return at this API. In get all published we just need to update this one, that it only going to be called whenever, okay, so whenever this one status is published. Okay, so this two APIs also completed. Now it's time to test these APIs. So I'm going to paste start the server, and first I also want to change this one, so I'm going to add one here, draft, and here I'm leaving as a 2, and let's here 2, and here also 2. Let me check the server has been started. Let me add this one, and we have to wait for a few seconds, and you can see added. Now it's time to change this one is to get API, here get all article, so I'm going to try to hit this API, and it needs to be returned two values. You can see here article 1 whose status is published and status is draft, it has been returned both the data, and here you can see it's returning all the data, ID, you can see the title, content, status, published date, and you can see the category IDs, and whatever the name which we have written over here, it returned with the same name, right? Okay, and after that it's returning category name, and this one we are getting it from category table. Okay, so it means our join is working fine as expected. Now here we are going to write here published, and I'm going to hit the API, and in this time you can see there's only one value is there, because we have only one article which is published state. That's why we are only able to see the. Now let's get back to the Visual Studio. Let's stop this server. Let me also close this, and let me scroll down, and here we have to write the code to update the articles, http post method and route, and here we have to just write update article, and custom authentication filter and public HTTP response message and update article and from body, and here we have to just write articles, and here we are going to write a try catch block and catch block, and here we have to just write exception and return request dot create response and HTTP status code is okay, and then we have to return error. And in try block, here we have article and article obj and db dot articles dot find. Here we are going to find by article dot id. So article dot id, so whatever the id we are going to get inside this one from body, we are going to pass it over here. We are going to search it and we are going to see store the data in this object. Okay, and if article obj is equals to null, in that case we are going to return request dot create response and HTTP status code dot not found error. And in new message here, message article id does not found. So this error message we are going to return, put semicolon, and here always I put like this, put equal sign. Okay, and after that here so article obj dot title, and this value we are going to get it from our body, we are going to just update it. In the same way, article obj dot content, just update here article content, and article obj dot category id, so here article here like this, and article object dot publication date. This time we have to write here date, time, and then we have to write now. So whatever the time currently, we are going to just update it. And article obj dot status, and then this one we are also getting it from article, or you can say body, and then we have to save this one. So db dot entry and object and dot state and equals system, and here we have to just click on modified. Okay, and then we have to just write db dot save changes, and then we have to return the request. So request dot create response and HTTP status code dot okay, and new message is equals to here article updated successfully, put semicolon. So this is related to update article API. After that, here we have to write the code to to delete the article. So HTTP get method we want to use. Let me scroll this one, and here we have to just write route, and here inside this one we have to just write delete article and then slash, and then we want this in the our route value. So that's why we have to write like this. So directly in the URL we have to pass the ID, and then we have to write custom authentication filter and public HTTP response message and delete article, and here we have to expecting int.id, and here just write try catch block catch and return request dot create this one HTTP status code dot internal server error, and then we have to return this like this. And in try block we are going to get the article and article db.article.find by whatever the ID we get. And if article, okay, here change this one as an article obj, as we are following this way, so obj, and here we have to write article obj this, okay, if article obj is equals to null, then we have to return request dot create response, and HTTP status code is not found actually, and then we have to return a message here, and the message will be article ID does not found, okay, and put semicolon. And after that, in return db.articles dot remove method we need to call, and we have to just pass the article object, and then db.save changes, and then we have to return request dot create response, and HTTP status code here will be okay, and new message here, so message, and the message will be article deleted successfully, and put semicolon, and then save this. Now all the APIs related to the backend has been completed. So first let's test these two APIs which we have created right now, and we did not tested these APIs. So the this will be update article, so I'm just going to copy this one and I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to change this one as a post API, and here I'm going to add the ID, so I'm going to check the database for this ID, so I'm going to execute this one. You can see the ID 2. So I just want to change the values, so 2 here, so I'm going to set at 2. I'm going to change the article name as 3, and here I'm also going to change to 3, and here I want to change this one as a 1, and I'm going to write here published. So after that, here if I go to the you can see UI backend has been started. So now I'm going to hit the API, and it needs to be returned as updated successfully. So this message you can see, if I go to the database, I need to execute it. You can see the value has been changed. For the category ID, it's showing the same. You can see the status, published state, everything has been changed. If I get back over here, and if I change the ID, and if I try to hit it, it should article ID does not found. We are getting this message. So now we have to write the test the API, that is delete article. So I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to change as a get, and I want to delete for 2. Let's say right wrong ID. So I'm going to hit this API, and you can see we are getting again same message. I want to delete the second article. I'm going to hit this API, and article deleted successfully. If I execute this one, you can see we are getting only one article now. It means that our all the API is working fine as expected. So it means our all the backend APIs of Article Hub project has been completed. So from next video, we are going to work on front end part. So stay tuned with us. Please hit like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.